Hey everyone, so I've been running a bunch of different light pods on my Subaru Ascent, and I got the opportunity to test out the NOVSIGHT 3-inch off-road pods, and they look really cool. So we're going to unbox them right here, give you an idea of what's in the box. First of all, as you can see, it does come with a 2-year warranty, which is really cool. And then inside, the first thing that you're going to find are the instructions, which are pretty thorough. Here's your pods. Here's your spare lenses, your amber lenses. But what's really cool is that it does come with all of your wiring, and I mean literally all of it. So here's your activation switch right here, which has LEDs to tell you the status of the lights, red being off, green being on, as well as your relay. So here's the relay that you would need to power the system. Your red and black terminal lugs, which go directly on your battery, which makes that super simple. And then as you open this up, you'll find that you've got your connectors that go into the backs of your lights over here, and then your connector here that you undo when you're doing your wiring. So this makes it very easy to do all of your wiring and just follow the instructions that are in the box. Now, down here, you're going to find the pigtail ends that are actually attached to the lights, which we're going to pull out next. So we're going to show you those. The lights come with a clear cover built onto them, but they also then come with an amber cover that snaps in place, as well as a black solid cover to protect your lights. So here's your light pod right over here, and you can see the little clips right there. This holds on the black cover piece. So if you just take these, push up a couple ends there, push up the other sides, pull that off, and you're going to be looking at your driving lights. So there they are. I did get the spots. They do come in spot, flood, or driving. These are actually OSRAM LEDs, so that's really cool. They don't use just generic stuff. It is really nicely and solidly built. The power line, it goes through a nice rubber grommet in the back to keep everything sealed. They are IP67 rated, which is really nice. And then you can see the little mounting holes here for the brackets that hold them into place. We're going to pull this out next, and what you're going to find under here is, so first of all, here's your amber clip-on. So just like how the protective black one here, because this one is just to offer protection, it is opaque. If you want to change this from white to amber, you would just clip this on the same way that we clipped off the protection cover, and that's it. Underneath of the amber is your mounting hardware. So you've got everything to mount it to whatever type of bracket that you want. And then under that is the swing bracket, the swivel bracket that goes directly onto the light. So here it is, and this is actually really hefty. And you can tell from the thickness of it, this is metal, as is the casing on that. This goes on, and then you would put your appropriate bolts in there. So your upside here is NOVSIGHT. Put this down here, and there you have a bottom mount. You could theoretically just flip it around if you needed a top mount to hang them down, and there would be your top mount. So pretty cool. So to summarize, the NOVSIGHT 3-inch pod kit comes with 2 IP67 rated light pods, which each contain 4 OSRAM LEDs, all of the mounting hardware you need to connect it to your choice of hood or cargo rack brackets, all the wiring you need to hook it up, including relay and control button, a pair of amber covers, and a pair of blackout covers. Plus, of course, the well-written instructions. Installing your new NOVSIGHT pods is very straightforward. Simply buy and mount your choice of hood or bar mount and attach that to your car's mounting point. Once you've completed that step, use the included bolt, nut, and washers to mount the light's pod bracket to your mount. Because the light pod bracket holds the bolt in place, you only need one wrench to tighten it from the bottom. Next up, put the light pod in place, place the washers on the supplied Allen bolts, and mount the pods to the pod brackets. Aim your pod light up or down as necessary, and then tighten the Allen bolts on each side. Once done, jump to the other side of your car and repeat the same steps as before. Once you've got everything mounted, it's time to run the wires. You can start by connecting the waterproof connectors on the light pod pigtails to the connector on the included wiring harness. I use Velcro cable management strips to cleanly mount the cables to my cargo rack. If you're mounting under your hood, make sure you get heat-resistant mounting hardware. Find a safe place to mount the relay and connect the positive and negative cables to the battery terminal bolts. In my case, I have power distribution blocks already installed, which will be where I will be connecting the cables. I already have through bulkhead wiring running in my Ascent for my off-roading lights, so I will be skipping that part in the video. If you don't, then disconnect the power switch connector on the harness and run the end on the harness side through your bulkhead or firewall through an appropriate hole. Don't forget to seal the hole so it is watertight. Inside the car, you can plug the switch end back into the switch harness, then use the 3M mounting tape on the back of the switch to mount it somewhere convenient. Other than testing your installation, you're all set. So all in all, I'm really impressed with the NOVSIGHT lights. They do a really good job of exactly what they're supposed to do. Seeing them in action, they turn out to be everything they promise to be. I picked the spotlight pods, so mine are casting sharp spots on their intended targets and throwing quite a distance. If the floodlight pods perform as well at their tasks, I expect they too would make a good solution for those looking for a great set of light pods. I picked the NOVSIGHT Spotlight Pods over the floodlights because my Sense LED headlights are really good at short distance flood, and I wanted something that could throw farther when I'm out in the middle of nowhere off-roading at night. Either way, I think any of their offerings would be a great solution for off-roading and adventure. While I did get a complimentary set of pods to test, I do really like them and will be running them on my Ascent.